Nisha and Senior. This morning we'll be discussing whether daycare is damaging your child. We will now go over to our child correspondent Marissa Lee. Hi Sheridan, I'm here at Brookfield Daycare Centre with parents of some of the children here. So, what made you decide to take your children into daycare?
Well, Luke's 3 now, and being a single mom, there's no one else to bring the money into the family, so I thought I'd better get back to work to support my child. I also loved my job before as a PA, so I thought it was the right time for me to get back to work.
I loved my job as a surgeon, so this was the only option I could think of putting my child into daycare because I wanted to get straight back to work.
Yeah.
My job.
Are you happy with leaving your child in daycare?
Well, I'm really happy with it because it's really helping him to learn to interact with other children and adults and socialise.
Right, have you found any behavioural problems or differences since the child has been in daycare?
No, not at all. It's going really good actually.
Yeah, good.
Well, Luke's got ADHD, so he's Luke, that's very naughty. You don't do that, sweetheart. Luke's got ADHD, so he finds it difficult to, and he can get aggressive when he wants attention. So they're really helping him to try and control that aggression and that need for attention.
Yeah. Well, it's very common for parents to feel guilty about leaving their child in daycare. Is that something you felt in your family?
No, not at all, because I'm doing something I love and so is my child, so we're both doing things we enjoy.
Well, I felt a bit guilty the first day because he was like screaming and holding on to my ankle, and I thought, should I really be doing this? But now he's really happy here, so I think it's good.
Yeah. So would you recommend daycare as an option for your friends?
Yeah, I would. It's great.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm just going to go over and talk to the kids now, okay? So what have you been up to today?
I have been drawing a cat with lasers and purple beard, and I've been pretending to be an aeroplane, and I've been bullying Tom.
Oh right, have you made lots of friends here at nursery?
No, I don't like anyone.
Now stop it now, that's very naughty, you shouldn't do that.
Right. Okay, back to the studio. Thanks, Marissa. In the studio, we have 4 psychologists, each with opposing views on the current daycare system. Each psychologist has collected considerable amounts of data and are here to discuss their findings. Welcome Hart, Anderson, Belske and Bader, who are here to represent the work of Bader and Brooksgun, all of whom are leading psychologists in this area of child deprivation. Mr. Bader, can daycare ever be effective?
Absolutely not.
And why is that?
I found significant evidence to suggest that if a mother was to work during the first years of her child's life, it is likely to show increased aggression and lack of intelligence.
I beg to differ. My studies showed children who spent time in daycare were more likely to achieve higher academically and show better social skills. Surely that proves that daycare is beneficial for children.
Well, really, it's nothing to do with the daycare system. It's more about the mother's satisfaction in her parental or working status, which correlates with the intelligence and social skills of the child.
My studies have shown that daycare gives a very negative impact on the child, as other children could teach them negative social skills, and the staff-to-children ratio is very poor, as they require one-on-one attention to assist development.
Right, so it suggests that significant evidence relates to poor social skills and even an increase of aggression of the child placed in daycare. However, we must take into account that it could be the mother's satisfaction, whether she is working by choice or not, which determines a child's emotional state. So overall, what factors should be considered when deciding whether a child should be put into daycare?
Well, of course, we must acknowledge that in the current economic climate, it may be necessary for both mother and father to work. Most evidence suggests that in the first year of the child's life is most critical for attachment, so daycare is advised after this age. In my studies, I have found that it is more the attachment type of the child which determines whether the child should be placed into daycare. For instance, if the child has a attachment type A, it is more likely to be aggressive in life even if they did not attend daycare. Also, I have found that if a parent feels guilty for placing a child into daycare, they are more likely to overcompensate, meaning the child will act on this and most probably act up.
That is a factor, but more important is the quality of the daycare. If there is a high staff turnover and low staff-to-child ratio, then the children will not be getting a sufficient amount of care and attention. This may affect the child's development.
Yes, but it also depends on the child's age. Like I said, if the mother puts the child into daycare and they are under 1 year old, then their development will more likely suffer than if the child is 18 months or older.
Not necessarily. If a child's put into daycare at any age, then we're interacting with other children, which will improve the social skills, so it will be more successful adults. Also, the brains are being stimulated, so we'll achieve better academically.
Thank you, psychologists. So to summarise, it will depend on the age of the child, the quality of the daycare, the child's attachment type and the primary caregiver's satisfaction. There is no right or wrong answer, it depends on your own view. Well, that's all for now. Thanks from me, Marissa Lee and everybody in the studio. Good afternoon.
Thanks Sheridan, and bye from all of us at the Daycare Centre.